Well, I think the business of performing has been really critical to my work. I have to play. A lot of my thinking does not come from my brain. It comes from my body. It comes from my hands. I often wonder what would happen if I couldn't use my hands. Would I be able to compose? And I have some doubts about that, because it's all together. And actually, when I'm working, I'm performing. I'm performing over and over again these things, and I want not just, the trick, if there is a trick involved, is not to get so bogged down in the local detail that the larger trajectory, the phrase and the line and the destination is lost, but how to also make enough variety in the local event and enough inflection and expressive something so that everything has meaning. And I get this from the knowledge of the satisfaction I myself have in working on great music. I don't like to work on music that's very vapid, but only makes an impression. I want music that has a satisfaction. It's like eating, if you're just going to eat a gigantic plate of pasta with nothing in it, and you're talking all the while, like I'm talking now, you don't really appreciate what you're having. But if the pasta has good marinara, it's got the nice marinara, and very good cheese, and maybe a little meatball, you can have something wonderful in every mouthful. You're eating this thing, and you're going to the end of the plate, and there's things coming after that, but you are happy with every moment, and really stimulated, and so on and so forth. So it's anyway, that was something that happened in the beginning of the working on the oboe quartet, and actually, the oboe quartet was written relatively quickly because it was commissioned by Peggy Pearson, the great oboe player, and she has a series of so-called Windsor music in the Boston area, and she's a sublime instrumentalist and a wonderful musician altogether. And I had just finished a big piece called The Second Madrigal, a piece for soprano and 11 instruments that I'd written for a group that was in Santa Fe, and that's a piece of about 25 minutes in length with 11 instruments. I just sort of splurged because I didn't have any limits set on me. And I wrote a lot of that at Bellagio in Italy, and I finished that piece, and then I had this other thing that I had to get ready for Peggy. And so I was working at pretty concentrated time and good speed on the piece. And I thought maybe there wasn't very much music left in me because I really put a lot of stuff into the Second Madrigal. I don't know if you know that piece at all.
No, I wish I did.
Oh, well, it's...
I'll look it up. I'll find
the Second Madrigal. Well, it has the oboe. Well, it has the oboe quartet on it.
That recording. Okay.
The recording, yes, and also the horn trio.
Right.
So the horn trio was a little earlier, but the Second Madrigal and the oboe quartet at the same time, more or less. And they don't resemble each other. They really have quite different. But one of the things about the oboe, about the Second Madrigal is, first of all, the poetry is just hair-raising.